feeder organization where we have the best amateurs. Then they go into an MFN or they can go to a one championship like a one warrior series or wherever they want.
मतलब आपने फाइटर्स के इंटरव्यू तो बहुत देखे होंगे यार, बट उसके अलावा भी जो मेन चीज़ें होती है, जो मेन पर्सन होता है बिहाइंड द MMA, सो उनके बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं. हेलो गाइज, व्हाट्स अप, हाउ आर यू डूइंग? यू नो हु इट इज, इट्स इंडियन MMA इनसाइडर. आज के इस एपिसोड के टाइटल में आपने देखा होगा देयर इज नो एपिसोड नंबर, देयर इज नो ट्रेलर फॉर दिस एपिसोड. तो ऐसा क्यों? सो बेसिकली आई हैव समवन स्पेशल इन दिस एपिसोड, द वन एंड ओनली मिस्टर सोमेश कामरा.
What's up, buddy?
आई एम डूइंग गुड. अगर आपको इनके बारे में नहीं पता तो मैं बता दूं. सो बेसिकली जो इंडिया में UFC होता है,
दो मर जाओ बेसिकली.
सो बेसिकली इंडिया में UFC को यही होस्ट करते हैं. UFC के बारे में जो भी चीज़ें होती है उन्हें सोमेश ही देखते हैं. सो सोमेश, प्लीज आप आपके बारे में कुछ बता दो.
So I run this brand called Superhuman Gym that has been my passion and the breeding ground for most of the fighters who go abroad and fight. But इसके अलावा I also work with the UFC. I write articles for Spogo News, which is a sports news portal, and I host. I'm one of the hosts of the show Fight Mania, which is on IVM podcast.
Right.
So that's my profile.
So guys, without wasting much time, we'll get straight into the interview. Okay, so first question we have is, as we know that you are related to MMA, so I wanted to know that do you practice that in person?
हाँ, तो एक्चुअली मैं करता था. यू नो, आई यूज्ड टू ट्रेन अ लॉट इन द स्पोर्ट. सो माय बैकग्राउंड एक्चुअली हैज बीन इन मुay thai. बट देन व्हेन आई गॉट इनटू MMA, आई रियलाइज कि रेसलिंग, ग्रैपलिंग, जिजित्सु सच अ बिग एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द स्पोर्ट. तो व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग, देन आई वाज अबाउट 74-75 kgs. तो माय फर्स्ट रेसलिंग स्कूल वाज इन माटुंगा. एंड जब मैं वहाँ पे गया था, इट वाज इन द रेलवे कॉलोनी. सो आउट देयर वर पीपल हु वर लाइक 50-55 kgs के. And I was like, अरे what will these people do to me? But उन्होंने मुझे ऐसा पटका है और ऐसा पटका है कि I was like, boss, this is a whole new ball game. And then I started from the basics. This was I think maybe 2010, 2009-2010 के समय में. And that's when I started wrestling and traditional जो अखाड़ा का जो कुश्ती बोलते हैं, I started with that. And then I got into MMA. Started following the sport, started training in the sport, and yeah. But अभी तो मैं नहीं करता हूँ. But I used to.
And how you got into this UFC and MMA world?
So I started watching Pride FC way back in 2003-2004. जो Star Sports पे आता था.
Okay.
And then I was so excited क्योंकि ये sport जो था, it looked like WWF. Okay. But it was real. तो मैं सोचा कि this is such a good sport. It looks like WWF, but they are actually punching, kicking and throwing and all of that. जब मैंने रिसर्च किया था, तभी वो टाइम पे इंडिया में कुछ नहीं था. So and since I had a background in boxing, I just started exploring various wrestling techniques and all of that. 2008 is when I went to Russia to learn the sport. So I went with M1 Global. There I was staying with Fedor's brother Alexander, and that's when I really learned the sport. With M1 Global 2010, I went and organized M1 selection in America, which is the scouting program for MMA athletes for M1 in America.
Right.
So I got some kind of experience when it comes to the events aspect of it. Then when I came back to India 2011, that is when I tied up with the Gold Gym Talwalkar, and I said, that you give me some space and I'll train in the sport, and that's how we started.
So as you said about this MMA journey of yours, I wanted to know कि इंडिया में भी MMA है, इंडिया में क्रिकेट भी है, बट MMA को आज तक उतना recognition क्यों नहीं मिला जितना क्रिकेट को मिला है? So what is your opinion?
So see, cricket is almost a 100-year-old sport.
Right.
And we will not be able to compete with cricket at least for the next 40-50 years according to me. अगर आप MMA की बात करो, तो it's a very new sport. To be really honest, MMA started only in 1993. Right. It's not a government regulated sport. It's a privately funded sport. तो अगर आप BCCI का बजट देखो और आप UFC का बजट देखो, there's no comparison. So BCCI almost earns I think about 45-50,000 crores a year. MMA is not that big. So honestly, cricket is always going to be dominant. Also cricket का एक फायदा है कि बच्चा क्रिकेट खेलता है. So everybody knows the rules. Everybody knows what the game is. तो इवन एज अ व्यूअर इफ आई एम वाचिंग द स्पोर्ट मुझे समझ में आता है कि LBW क्या है, कॉट बिहाइंड क्या है, आउट क्या है, कैच क्या है, यू नो. बट इन MMA स्टिल दैट अवेयरनेस इज नॉट देयर. It's growing, but I'm pretty sure MMA can become at least in the top 3 sports in India, if not number 2. Number 1 is always going to be cricket. There's no comparison. We will never be able to fight that. But it's better to be a number 2 than to fight with a big giant. You know.
आपने जैसे आपके इंट्रोडक्शन में बताया you own a brand Superhuman.
जी.
So tell us about your Superhuman gym and your Superhuman battleground fight nights which you organize.
So the brand Superhuman was created with the intention to give a mixture of professional MMA and regular civilians coming to train. तो उसमें regular gym की भी बातें होती है, gym का भी exercise होता है, but we focus more on the boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, BJJ.
Right.
And my aim is to make the aam janta realize कि just by lifting weights you're not going to get fit. You need to also try and play a sport. So luckily the good part is a lot of regular civilians are getting into boxing and wrestling and BJJ for general fitness.
Right.
You don't have to be an athlete or a fighter to train in these sports. You can just train it for general fitness, and hopefully we can convert them into being fans of the sport.
Right. And tell us about your battleground fight night.
So Battleground Fight Night was created with the intention to groom amateurs. क्योंकि इंडिया में क्या है ना, मेरे हिसाब से everybody are focusing on professionals and everybody wants to fight in the UFC या Bellator या one championship or something, but they don't realize कि cricket is big क्योंकि अपनी रणजी ट्रॉफी इतनी strong है.
Right.
अपनी रणजी ट्रॉफी में probably there are 1000 players जिसमें से then IPL में जाते हैं and then from there they get selected in the national team जिसमें सिर्फ 16 spots होते हैं.
Right.
तो I feel अगर amateur circuit strong नहीं है, it's very difficult for the sport to grow.
Right.
Half of India or 90% of India is focusing on professional MMA, but उनके पास amateur experience है ही नहीं. The reason why our professionals are not as good is because the amateur circuit is not good. So Superhuman Battleground, 90% focuses on amateurs. You only have to come there and compete and try yourself and then move up the ladder.
Right.
So what we call as a feeder organization. I would like to be a feeder organization where we have the best amateurs. Then they go into an MFN or they can go to a one championship like a one warrior series or wherever they want. You know, I know it makes no sense to compete with the UFC because we don't have the budget, we don't have the bandwidth, and I don't want to wait for 20 years. And I anyways work for the UFC. I'd rather be a smaller organization that is providing better athletes to other organizations. So that was the aim, or that is the aim of Superhuman Battleground.
Right. Okay, so as you told about the amateur categories, there are a lot of promotions जो इंडिया में amateurs organize करते हैं.
Correct.
So how can you differentiate your promotion with those promotions?
One advantage that I would say is that because I know people at one championship, because I know people at Bellator, if there's any potential out there, we can always groom them with a professional organization. Like one championship has one warrior series,
Right.
Which is their grade B level scouting program. So with my contacts, with my eyes, maybe we can get them directly into a bigger organization. That I think is one of the biggest differentiators.
Road to UFC बहुत ज़्यादा hot topic हो चुका है इंडिया में. So what are your comments on that, and what are your comments on Indian fighters, those who are selected for it?
So I'll tell you, मैंने ना एक interview में, I think in October 2021, I had spoken to the fan garage, and मैंने fan garage को बोला था that next year I have big plans for Indian fighters.
Yes.
And I don't know whether people took me seriously या किसी
I
ने
read
पढ़ा
that.
नहीं या you know anything of that sort. I don't know. But we already started talking क्योंकि बातें आगे बढ़ चुकी थी that 2022 में we need to get Indian fighters into Dana White Contender Series or into the Ultimate Fighter. And I have a set budget by the UFC and I need to fit athletes within that budget.
Right.
I could easily fit about 4 or 5 athletes, you know. But I guess that when time really came, you know, there was always this deviation of plan, and UFC said, listen, we are doing something only for Asia, which is like a contender series.
Right.
It was not called Road to UFC back then, but then I said that, listen, can we get 5 Indian athletes in there? And they said, yes, we can get. I started hunting in January this year, and I spoke to all people and fighters and coaches and managers and all that. But I guess again, India में अभी scene ऐसा है that लोगों का ego थोड़ा बड़ा है. And it's only once UFC announces कि Road to UFC आ रहा है, I got almost 250 phone calls. But then मैंने बोला that जब मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि करो, आप लोग नहीं करते.
Right.
So, but no, I mean like no love lost. next year we'll be doing it again. So next year, maybe 7 Indian fighters could get into the road to UFC.
Right. So basically, this is happening every year now. 2 years.
It depends on how the first season goes. So the first season is going to be June to December.
Right.
So every pay-per-view will be having some fights, and December is going to be the finals, where I think the finals are going to be on the prelims of the December pay-per-view. Yeah, so it's a big opportunity where people will be on TV and all of that.
Right.
So hopefully we'll do it again next year if this goes well, and if we get really dhamakedar fighters, then maybe yes.
Right. I wanted to know that what is the vision UFC has for specific India?
So see, the vision is very, very focused that we need that one or those 2 fighters coming out of India that will create a mark in the UFC.
Right.
So what Connor did for Ireland / even UK, Ireland, and the entire European market. What Francis Ngannou did for
African market, right?
You know, and now I think Kumar Usman is just jumping on that aspect, but he's an American guy.
Right.
So we need that one guy to come out and just show colors. You know,
Right.
it could be any weight category, it could be a guy, it could be a girl, it could be anyone. And if I can spot that guy and put him in either Road to UFC or Dana White Contender Series or TUF, or maybe like Bharat Kandare straight into the UFC,
Right.
we would be more than happy. And I can guarantee you that we have plans to come to India. We have plans. There are plans to come to India with the show. But I need that one fighter who will create that dhamaka, you know.
Right.
So we're just looking for that one fighter.
Okay. So what are the tips you would like to give our viewers and the fighters who are always asking कि UFC में कैसे जाना है, UFC में कैसे जाना है? I get a lot of DMs, man. So please answer that.
So see, it's actually very simple. The thing is that there's no real shortlisting process for Road to UFC. We just need to see consistency, talent, and determination. That's all that I'm looking at, you know. And trust me, you know, when we were conceptualizing Road to UFC, there are fighters in Indonesia, Malaysia who have got 20-0 records. Yeah, 25-2. But records don't matter because we know that it's easy to build records with local talent.
Right.
You know, go fight in a MFL, go fight in other organizations, see how it works. Even if you're a 3-1, but if you're exciting, then I will pick you. You know,
Right.
So you don't need to show me 20-0 records or 30-0 records or something. You just need to show me that yes, you're grinding it out there. You can knock out the big sharks. That is all that I'm looking at. And in our meetings, if Dana White is there, he keeps saying, just get me one guy who can knock anybody out.
Right.
And we'll pick him. You know, we'll pick him. And there's your stay is taken care of. You get a good handsome pay. Your flights, everything is taken care of. And also the big banner of being with the UFC. So, you know, I'm sitting here. I'm looking for talent. If you guys are there and just kind of grinding it daily, please get in touch. Subscribe to this. Talk to us because maybe I don't know you, but if you know me, just reach out and maybe next year we can get a shot.
Sure. So guys, that was Mr. Somesh Kamra. अगर आपको कुछ questions है इनसे related, आपको कुछ पूछना है, you can directly comment down on this video या फिर सोमेश को आप मैसेज कर सकते हो या फिर मुझे आप Instagram पे personally DM कर सकते हो. Either way it works. हम ज़रूर आपको contact करेंगे. So yeah, that is it for today, guys.
Great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Jai Hind and take care. Subscribe to this channel and do check out Mr. Somesh and do follow Superhuman Gym. And that's in Manipal, right?
Yes, that's in Manipal. We're coming in Ahmedabad and Indore also.
Yeah, so do check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you.